Hi everyone, Sean Orleans here for Inside Anarchy. It is signed Friday, April 14th in Alton, Illinois, as seen on Anarchy. The stiff robo ginger, Gary J, will be taking on the person to my left, Deathwish, Anakin Murphy. Anakin, thank you for joining me, meeting me here at the park.
You're welcome.
Wanted to ask you a couple of questions about this upcoming matchup. Before my first question, let's recap your history here with Gary. Gary has been a mentor to you. He's been a mentor to a lot of the young guys in the St. Louis metro area. What has his influence meant to you?
You know, when people ask me, like, who trained you, I instantly say Gary. Because, like, overall, like, being on the road with him has taught me more than, like, any of the other shitty trainers that I've had. And he has really, like, saw something in me and, like, you know, has told me, like, hey, like, I believe in you. I think you can do this. And professionally, that's great, but, like, that blossomed into a really, really good friendship between me and him, where if I was stressed or having some sort of, like, anxiety issue, I would go to Gary and he would talk to me like a human. He would talk to me like a person. And not many people do that, but he really has had a great hand in, like, pretty much everything in my life.
How long would you say that you and Gary have been close or have had a friendship? Like, how did that develop?
Well, we had a match at a promotion, and that kind of just blossomed from there, because I really wanted to get on the road and really travel to be a wrestler, and Gary's everywhere anyway. So being on the cards really, like, helped that. Talking and, like, knowing each other, and I think it was, like, it's overall been, like, I guess 2 years. Yeah, I would say 2 years for me and Gary to be this close.
There are some people on social media, some fans of Anarchy, and some commentators, the present company included, who would say that you remind them of a young Gary J. Anybody who's seen the videotapes of Gary when he first started out had a similar appearance. The long hair was, had weighed what, 150, 160 pounds, and had this attitude of just attack. You can hit me 5 times, but I'm going to keep getting up. It doesn't matter. Has anybody brought that up to you before, that you remind them of Gary?
Yeah, it's all the time. Like, it's like, you're Gary J, or, like, you're a young Gary J, or, like, oh, you're what Gary was, like, back then, or, like, however, like, I get it all the time.
How does that make you feel when people bring that up?
It makes me feel proud, because I look up to Gary. Like, Gary talks about how Dingo was his guy. Like, Dingo taught him everything, and, like, Gary is, like, my Dingo. So that's kind of all I want.
This should go without saying, but I will assume that you are looking forward to fighting, competing, wrestling Gary in April.
Yeah, I am looking forward to me and Gary in April, and I'm looking forward to it not only as, like, I'm going to go in there and fight someone that I have fought before and that I know. Like, Gary's a 4-time Gateway Heritage champion. He has been, like, the guy in St. Louis Anarchy, regardless of who the champion is. He has had the best matches. So I know beating him in Spalding Hall would be a really good moment for me, because ultimately, yeah, the goal is to die, but if I can get that Gateway Heritage Championship before I die, beating Gary would be a fantastic way to climb up those rankings in St. Louis Anarchy.
What are you looking to bring to bear on April 14th when the bell rings?
Well, Gary has wrestled a lot of people in Spalding Hall in Anarchy, and a lot of those people come out of it like, either they don't want to wrestle Gary ever again. They don't want to be in Anarchy ever again. They don't get up. They have scars on their chest. But I'm going to take it to Gary, and I'm not going to be afraid of him. And whatever he throws at me, whatever floor he dumps me on, throws me through a wall, or takes a turnbuckle and puts it in my mouth, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to ask for another. And no matter what happens, that's going to be the truth. And I'm going to take it to Gary J. And I'm not going to be afraid of him like everyone else is.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, Anakin. All right, appreciate it.
Bye.
St. Louis Anarchy returns to IWTV live on April 14th for As Seen on Anarchy. I'd like to thank my guest this week, Anakin Murphy. You can check us out on our social medias at St. Louis Anarchy. And remember, you can get tickets for As Seen on Anarchy and Giants Woke Eyes Open at stlanarchy.com/tickets. For Inside Anarchy, I'm Sean Orleans.